Go. So we're going in one small, easy step from sublime to ridiculous. And this is the Talking International House Blues, of course. What else could it be? There is no particular tune, no particular chorus, and even the words can be invented as you go along. You're welcome to yelp, to sing, to moan, as you wish. Yeah. Well, I'm going to sing you a song, and it won't be very long. It all started back in '71, when my career had hardly begun, and I lived down in London. I drove a van, £17 a week, 40 hours a week. And I met a friend who earned £25 a week for 25 hours. I said, "Oh, please, could you tell me what it is that you do?" And he said, "I teach English to anyone who wants to learn it. And you could too." I said, "Who needs English? In London, they all speak it." He said, "Look around." I didn't realize then that I was just beginning to get the English teaching blues. The English teaching blues. So I went home and I looked through the yellow pages and I wrote to some schools. I got an interview at a place just off Cambridge Circus. I went in and he said, "Sit down there," and he said, "Tell me now and don't mess around. What's the difference between I'm going to the town and I will go to the town?" I thought for a while and then I said, "Look, fella, you won't catch me out like that. Everyone knows they mean just the same thing." He said, "Well, that's too bad. What you need is a teacher training course." I said, "What? You have to train to do stuff like this?" He kicked me out and I went home, back to the van driving. I didn't realize I had nothing to lose, but I was still getting the English teaching blues. Then one Sunday evening, around about 8 o'clock, I had this phone call from a Monsieur Rock. He said, "You looking for an English teaching job?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Can you start tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah, but you should know one thing. I ain't had none of this training." He said, "No problem. We'll do it on the phone. Won't take 5 minutes in your own home." He explained about the secretarial college that he ran above a shoe shop on Oxford Circus. And he said, "My English teacher's just walked out, so be there at 9 tomorrow. I said, "Okay, and you'll let me in?" He said, No, I won't be there myself, but here's how you get through the door. And what's more, here's how you teach English." Well, I had the English teaching blues. During my second day, Monsieur Rock arrived and he listened outside my classroom door. Lesson, observation. And at the end of the day, he said, "You did well." Feedback. Now, could you teach the commerce class too? Lesson planning. And on the third day, in walked a young woman with no English at all. By this time, I was pretty much able to recognize complete beginner. Mr. Rock said, put her in the English class, and I said, no, she can't go there, and I phoned around London for a beginner's class. Hello, this is International House. Oh, yeah? What kind of business would that be? We teach languages. Right, but I bet you don't teach beginners. Yes, we do. And advanced classes too. And perhaps, just for you, a little teacher training too. So the guy from the Cambridge school was right. They do train for this stuff. And I realized by now I had the English teaching blues. That very same afternoon, I went down to number 40 Shaftesbury Avenue, which you saw in Jeremy's picture. Great place to go for a language school. When I got there, the staircase was heaving. About 10 people from every country in the world going up and down the stairs. Like a living ELT wall chart. Nearly every kind of person doing nearly every kind of action with nearly every kind of object. But this was International House. In the end, we got up the stairs. I enrolled the beginner. Picked up a pamphlet for teacher training. £30 for a 4-week course. When I began this song, I said it wouldn't be long, and that's because I knew I'd get the International House Blues. Okay.